Hey, friends of YouTube, this is Robbay speaking, and as you can tell by this picture over here, I'm making sure I'm pointing at it right. As you can tell by this, we're going to talk about The Dragon Prince, a show that just came out on Netflix. It's 9 episodes long, and I binge watched this show like I think it took me like 3.5 hours to do it. It went by so fast though. I just could not believe it though. And it was such a great show, but why was it a great show? Like, how was it a great show? Well, let's talk about it. But before I get into this review, let's talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I never really watched Avatar: The Last Airbender too much. I mean, I saw it a bit during my childhood, like a few episodes, but I never really got into it. I don't know why. A lot of kids talked about it, but for some reason, I just wasn't sucked in. But the people behind Avatar: The Last Airbender later worked on The Dragon Prince, and of course they still are to this day. But yeah, that's pretty much one of the things that pretty much pulled people in. Like, the fans of Avatar pretty much came for this show, The Dragon Prince. And let's just talk about it now. Three main characters, Caleb, Raela, and Ezrin, travel together to deliver a dragon egg to the mother. And yeah, that's pretty much the story of this. That's pretty much the plot. I mean, there is some backstory to this, but it'll get you more. It'll give you something to learn about when you watch the beginning of the show. But anyway, though, so basically, it's just a journey, adventure, like fantasy show. It's like 9 episodes long, like I said before. It has a lot of funny moments too. Like, there are just some moments that made me chuckle, and there are some that made me laugh so hard. Like, I mean, some were like, funny, but some of the stuff were like it wasn't just funny, but there were some adult jokes in this show. Like, it was just so hilarious, though. It reminds me of some like 90s cartoons when they just sprinkle adult jokes in, like with Animaniacs or Dexter's Laboratory or Powerpuff Girls. Like, those were adult jokes when you look back at those. And even though like this is a show for kids, it's also for adults as well. Like, it's pretty much, it could be a family show. Like, pretty much all ages can watch this. And that's one of the things I like about this show, is that they target all ages. Like, you can pretty much watch it with if you're a parent, you can watch it with your kid if you want to. Let's talk about Caleb. Basically, Caleb, he is a prince. He is the stepson to the king, and he has a stepbrother, Ezrin, who is also one of the main characters, which I'll talk about in a moment. But basically, Caleb, he doesn't start off as a really strong fighter yet, but basically he becomes a mage. Like, he's becoming a mage along the way. Basically, he's starting to learn these spells and everything, though he doesn't know every spell, but he's very good at memorizing them, like I said before. And he's just, like I said, this show has some really funny moments, and he made me laugh so many times in this show. Like, he was funny. Like, he could be a bit cocky, and that's just, he plays it so well. He plays the cocky jerk pretty well. I mean, he tries to do the right thing, of course, by, helping them deliver the dragon egg. Just, Caleb has some pride, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next season for him. And then you have Ezrin, Caleb's stepbrother, and he also has this pet frog named Bait, who's the frog that is glowing, of course. But yeah, Ezrin, even though he's a kid and he can't really fight, he is still useful. Like, he is the one who, like, holds the team together, and he's just, spoiler alert, he's the one who finds the dragon egg. And now let's talk about Raela. I think Raela's my favorite character out of all the characters in this show. Raela, of course, is another one of the three main characters. She is a shadow moon elf. I think that's what you call it. I don't know. But she's basically an elf, and she's at war with the humans, with the rest of the elves, of course. And basically, once she finds the dragon egg with Ezrin, that's when her mind changes about them, and decides to go with them to deliver the dragon egg to the mother. She just wants peace. Like, she just wants peace, with the elves and the humans. She's just tired of it. And also, even though, Raela, she is a fighter. Like, she's probably the muscle of this group. But despite being strong, she's not really a killer. Like, she doesn't really kill. Even though she wants to, stop the war, even though she was an enemy at the time, she's not a killer. You know, she has innocence inside of her. And like I said before, Caleb has some really funny moments, but Raela has some really funny moments too. Like her voice actress though is just great though. I wish I looked up the voice actress before this review, but whoever voiced her did a really good job though, especially like when she tries to switch accents. Like that was really good though. Like I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, that's pretty much why Raela is my favorite out of all the characters on this show. But not only are the main characters fun, and entertaining, but also the supporting characters are just as fun as entertaining as they are. Like these two supporting characters right here, Soren and Claudia. They are a brother and sister duo, and they're just fun though. Like Soren's just a warrior, and Claudia's just a mage, and that's pretty much where Caleb like learns a bit of spells from Claudia after watching her in action. They're just really fun. I can't wait to see more of them. I mean, I don't want to dive into spoilers, but just look for them more at the same time. I'm just nervous on what's going to happen. Now let's talk about the animation. Now, when you first see the trailer, like when I first saw the trailer, basically it looked like it was lagging. And what I mean by that is like the framework. Basically, if you ever watch a video and it's like lagging, it's taking a while to load. Like sometimes it'll be like they skip frames. And then when I was watching this trailer, I was like, is this trailer lagging? Like, because they're walking weird. But turns out that's how the trailer is. That's how they really walk. You see, like basically they didn't put enough frames into this, so it looks like it just looks like they're walking very weird. It's very hard for me to explain, but yeah, it just looks it looked very weird at first, but then I got used to it. So, I mean, I guess that's the only downside. It's not a very good first impression, but then you get used to it later. But one of the great things about the animation, though, are the fight scenes. Like, the fight scenes are just amazing. Like, oh my god, like when they're running, like when they're slashing swords at each other or casting spells. That's one of the great things about the animation, though. It's just when that stuff happens, when it goes to action and everything. It's just really beautiful to see. Like this fight scene, for example, I was going crazy over this. Like I was just fanboying and everything. Just like look forward to this though. Look forward to fight scenes like this. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. The character designs are pretty good as well. Like they look a bit like anime. And since this is, since these are the same people that worked on Avatar, it doesn't look exactly like Avatar. Like, it doesn't look too much like it at all. It just looks different, and that's what I like. It helps separate, that from Avatar. It keeps two shows, from looking like each other. And, it works pretty well. And, you got some background characters. To me, they look a bit more like anime than the main characters do, because when you see the characters like the village citizens, whatever, they look a bit like anime. I'm like looking at their eyes and stuff. I'm like, that looks like anime. A bit like anime, not exactly, but a bit like anime. But yeah, so the character designs solid, and the backgrounds like they just look really, really beautiful. They really put time and effort into the backgrounds, as you can tell. Like, whether you're at the castle, or you're in a forest, or you're at a snowy mountain, or some village, it just looks beautiful. Like it just really, you really feel like you're in a medieval setting. Like, it just reminds me a bit of it reminds me a bit of, like, Sleeping Beauty. Like, if you've seen Sleeping Beauty, like, the backgrounds, that's pretty much one of the most beautiful things about Sleeping Beauty was the backgrounds. The same thing with Pocahontas. I know that's another Disney animated movie, but I mean that had beautiful backgrounds too. That's how I felt with Dragon Prince. Like I really felt like I was in a different world. And now let's talk about, is this an anime or not? Now, if you go back to Avatar: The Last Airbender, basically people talk about, like, people are still debating to this if it's an anime or not. Like, people say, like, it's not an anime, or it is an anime. I mean, I haven't really watched Avatar: The Last Airbender too much, so I can't really say too much if it's an anime or not. But it doesn't have anything to do with me on how I feel about the Dragon Prince being an anime or not. Well, like I said before, I do believe that Ruby is an anime. I don't just believe, I know. I mean, it's an anime. So what does that mean for Dragon Prince? Well, I mean, Western, cartoonists and everything, they've worked on, trying to create Western anime. It's pretty much becoming a thing now. And maybe that's what Dragon Prince is trying to be, but I don't really know. Like, it's really hard for me to say, because, maybe, maybe some people will start saying, like, it's an anime, and maybe, like once a lot of people start saying it's an anime, or, I'll, start believing it's an anime, but if people start saying, like, it's not an anime, like a lot of people, I might say no. I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. It really just, But that doesn't take away the fact that Dragon Prince is a great show. You should definitely watch this. Like, if you have Netflix, binge watch this right now. Like, I've done so hard to keep spoilers away from you guys. So now, you need to watch this show. Like, go watch it. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Like, first season, 9 out of 10. Like, I can't wait for season 2. Like, but how long are we going to wait for season 2? Are we going to wait exactly a year, or are they going to, is it going to be released 6 months later or something like that? I don't know. I'm a patient guy, but I want more. Like, and that's another thing, though, too. Like, you might be pissed off that we're going to be left on a cliffhanger, because not everything's going to be answered, like, by the end of this, first season. Just letting you know. But, that's because it's being set up for, like, the next season. Like, so just letting you know about that. But despite that, enjoy. Just enjoy this show. Like, seriously, enjoy. It's a really good show. Whether you're an anime fan or you're just someone who just likes to watch Netflix, definitely give this show a shot. You have to watch this. And I guess that's all I have to say. Well, actually, it also has some really heart-filled moments. Like, I had to take this picture out for you guys. Just look at the way they hug each other. It's adorable. Okay, guys, I think I've talked enough. I'm Robbay, and may the force be with you.